some useless facts. I am filming this at night as well. Maybe a little bit more of a relaxing ASMR feel to it. So yeah, we're going on this subreddit called r/useless facts. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Sometimes it's nice to learn facts that are useful, and sometimes it's nice to learn facts that are random and useless. First fact: Joe Biden is only 14 years younger than sliced bread. Yep, that is pretty crazy. Although sliced bread is never as old as I think it is, so, well, I don't think about that often. That makes it sound like I think about that often. Next fact: during negative or traumatic events, the psychological immune system functions unconsciously, similar to the physical immune system. I'm not sure I fully understand what that means. The psychological immune system functions unconsciously. Oh, okay, so like your brain tries to protect itself. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that could be like if you're a kid and you're in some traumatic event, your brain will like try and protect itself. So that's why people that have had like serious trauma when they're children, a lot of the times they don't even remember it, or they only like remember bits and pieces, which is pretty interesting. Alright. I'm just picking some, not all of them obviously. So in Spanish countries, they don't have the tooth fairy, they have the tooth mouse or the tooth rat. That one doesn't really surprise me. I mean, like, I feel like it's already a bit of a niche thing to have a tooth fairy. Surely not every country has something like that, so. The first movie scene Matthew McConaughey ever filmed was in Dazed and Confused, when he improvised his now famous line, "Alright, alright, alright." Yeah, it's a classic McConaughey line. I feel like he says it. I feel like he said it outside of that movie a lot too. Alright. Only 5,000 tigers live in the wild currently. Approximately 5,000. That's crazy. Because you think about it, like, I feel like so many lions exist, but tigers definitely feel like I didn't realize tigers were so rare, you know? The Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974. That doesn't really surprise me. Maybe I would have thought it was a bit earlier, but I don't know. Nothing absolutely insane for me. There are 32 muscles in a cat's ear. This feature is what allows cats to swivel and rotate their ears so they can pinpoint the source of a noise. They can move each ear independently and rotate them 180 degrees. That is pretty cool, I gotta say. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Cats are like extremely good at picking up like very soft, subtle noises. So, yeah. The words epilepsy and seizure mean to be possessed, because originally doctors in the olden days thought epilepsy was just a demonic possession. That's interesting, and it totally makes sense. I didn't know about that with epilepsy, but obviously seizure, to seize something is to take or possess or yeah, it's quite interesting. McDonald's is the largest toy distributor in the world, with roughly 5,000 Happy Meals sold every minute, which translates to 1.5 billion toys a year. Yeah, that's crazy. It makes sense, but obviously you don't think of them as like a toy or distributor, should I say. Interesting. Vegas hospital had to suspend workers who were betting on when patients would die. No, that's wild. That's insane. That's like, if there are any true crime, like, channels or whatever, you gotta cover that. It's probably been covered, but that is insane. I mean, yeah, just. Um, no, some of them are just lame, to be honest. A text file, so those like .txt files. So a text file containing 1 billion digits of pi is just under 1 gigabyte in size. Yeah, honestly, that is an extremely useless fact. But, yeah, I suppose. Fair. Nice. Turn the shower to cold before you get out. It closes your pores and makes you less likely to get acne. Yeah, I knew about that one. That you should. It's the same when, like, you go into like a steam room or a sauna. Well, especially a steam room, that will, like, open all your pores and cause you to sweat and that. And it's good to go back into cold afterwards because then you're closing that stuff. So, size, as in body size, matters. Obese men have lower testosterone levels. Yeah, that's interesting. It makes sense too. I mean, that's a whole cycle, right? Like, if you start eating more and more and more, and this can happen in any order, obviously, but for example, if you start eating more and more and more, a lot of the time that food can become unhealthy, which isn't good for your brain. It's not good for your body. Obviously, not your body is going to affect your brain, and maybe that can cause you to feel sad or depressed or whatever, and that could lower your testosterone. Obviously, that can go in any way. Maybe you become depressed for another reason, and then you eat unhealthily, things like that, but that doesn't surprise me at all. Half of all bank robberies take place on a Friday. That's really random. And I'm not sure that's true, but a bit weird. Basketball legend Wilt Chamberlain never fouled out of a game. So fouling out, I think, is when you have 5 fouls in a game, or 6. I forget if it's like you can have 5, but if you get more than 5, or it's 5 is the limit. I mean, when he was playing, he was scoring like 100 points a game, so it's a little bit sus. A little bit of anything like in sports that comes before like the 70s or whatever is like a bit sus, For me, at least. A male emperor moth can smell a female emperor moth up to 7 miles away. Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like there's loads of that stuff with like animals, like very weird animals that have this insane sense of smell, which obviously they've evolved to have. A strawberry is the only fruit which the seeds grow on the outside. I can't read today for some reason. Yeah, that's not, that's actually not the craziest of facts. All you have to do is just think about it a little bit more. Yeah, fair. In 2011, a 75-year-old woman stole some fiber optic cable seem like a little bit too crazy. I mean, there's like links to all of them, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go in and make sure everything is valid. Maybe I could have done that before the video, but I'm not exactly the most prepared, you know. Humans shed 3.6 kilograms or 8 pounds of dead skin each year. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, so like 8 pounds divided by like 365 days. I mean, it's probably like nothing per day, but it's like so weird. Metallica is the first and only band to have played on all 7 continents. Yeah, I've seen this before. I've looked that up. That's pretty cool. They did like one show in Antarctica just to do all 7 continents. So yeah. Greenland is the largest island in the world. Yeah. Not too surprising there. Not too surprising. Jacuzzi is a brand name. You can also buy jacuzzi toilets and mattresses. That's funny. Obviously, like, the term is like a hot tub, or like, I don't know, there's probably another word for it. But jacuzzi is obviously the brand name. It's funny how there's some things like that, like a Band-Aid or a Kleenex, or, you know, just stuff like that. That's interesting that we just use the brand name. That's probably like your ultimate goal if you sell a product, is like to make your product so big and normal and such a household name that it becomes the name of the actual thing. There's some I can't read because I don't think YouTube will like certain words. The word muscle comes from Latin meaning little mouse, which is what ancient Romans thought flexed bicep muscles resembled. That's quite funny. That's like so random, but that's quite cool. Yeah, interesting. The Arctic Ocean might be the world's smallest ocean, but it is still around 5.4 million square miles, or 1.5 times as large as the United States. Honestly, ocean size doesn't, it doesn't surprise me. They're just so big. A drone delivered a kidney for transplant surgery in Baltimore, Maryland for the first time. Now that is awesome. That is so cool. Could have saved someone's life. You never know. Obviously I don't know the situation, but yeah. Taxi drivers in London undergo a test before they get hired for the job to estimate how well they know the streets of London. That seems like that should be a normal thing. Especially if you're like a taxi, not like an Uber, like a taxi, like an actual taxi. That seems like so obvious. I don't know. Kind of weird that that's not a thing in other places. About 10 million About 10 million people visit the Great Wall of China every year. Doesn't surprise me. Alright, we'll end it off here with a banger. Oh, here we go. At least one of the Olympic flag's colors appear on the flag of every nation on the planet. Now there are 5 rings, so obviously that's quite easy, but the fact that it's every country is crazy. And I've obviously been learning a lot about flags recently. Well, not obviously, but if you guys have seen the flags video, that's what I've been doing. So the Olympic flag colors are red, blue, yellow, green, and black, I want to say. So that's pretty cool. Let me know if you guys have any useless facts or useful facts. I felt like some of these were useless, but some were actually quite interesting. And it says on the page, 100% true facts that you can whip out to break the ice in any social situation. So, always gotta have a little fun fact in there if the conversation gets a little awkward or there's a bit of a, just a pause in the conversation. So, yeah, let me know what facts you guys have. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 of this. Let me know what else you want to see on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.